I had the rear end cover leaking. Finally figured out where it was at. It was leaking around this bolt, and I think this bolt both was loose. I don't know why they was loose, but they were. Now I got to straighten up the dimples on this side, because I bent it a little bit here when I peeled it off of there. Got it cleaned up pretty good, but the holes are a little bit high, so I'll dimple them back down. It's just one thing after another. Well, I got the cover straightened out. It was a little bit out of shape. Had a couple of spots that was really low, and a couple of spots, every one of the holes was a little bit high to this side from bolts pulling it in, but it's straight edgeable now. It's acceptable to where the silicone is going to seal it up. Going to scrape the excess silicone off from the surface as best I can. Wire brush the rest of it off and clean it. Using an old razor knife. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but we'll get it. Ouch. I gotta do that. Okay, I got it cleaned up. I think I got it all cleaned off. I don't see any excess silicone except for maybe around the inside of this hole, and I've been working at it and I can't get it off of there. But it ain't gonna cause any problems because it's below these bolt holes are recessed, countersunk before they threaded them, or after they threaded them even, so they ain't no burr on top of them. If anybody's interested, this is, I call it a limited slip because it's got clutches in it. The center member does. And it used to be a 89 F350 pickup rear end. And this is a 93 F350 cabin chassis. And it had a 410 gear in it. And the rear end was old rear end. I wrung a spindle off it, locked up, and just tore the whole end of the spindle off, so I changed it. I went and bought this rear end with the understanding it would fit, and then found out it wouldn't, and that it was shot. There wasn't a bearing in it that was any good. Hub bearings, carrier bearings, pinion bearings. Pinion was bad, ring gear was bad, and so I rebuilt it, put 373 gears in it, and it's got about, I'm going to say about 50,000 miles on this rear end now. And I think it actually helped out with the power band because it don't pull down quite as bad when, and it ain't wound up as tight when you're running down the road in road gear. So, and I get around 17 miles a gallon with 7.3 diesel, high speed. It's been a pretty good old truck for having to put a lot of money into it all the damn time. Oh, I'm getting ready to silicone up the cover, put it on here. I'm going to clean the bolts up and get them ready to go so I don't have to mess around. Well, I got the bolts all wire brushed, cleaned off all the silicone, old silicone off, dirt, grease, grime. Now I'm going to put the silicone on the cover, get things ready to go, and put it back together. This is the silicone I used by Permatex, and this is what the cover looks like, ready to go back on. It's time to get her done. Thanks for watching. If you like, give me a thumbs up, and please go clear to the end. Thank you. The bolts are nice and tight. They're all tight. It's all clean. I haven't tightened the plug up yet. And in case anybody's wondering, no, Ford did not put a drain plug in the cover of their rear ends. These rear ends anyway. I drilled that hole, put that pipe plug bung in, and welded it in, and no, it does not leak. And getting ready to put the grease in it. Yay. The old grease that I drained out. It's not very pretty. It needed changed anyway.